until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. I will say until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. Say it again, until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. This message is for someone here. God is not through with you until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. Please join me as we read the book of James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4 from the Passion Translation. James chapter 1, I'm not going to preach for too long. James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4. James 1, 2 to 4 from the Passion. James, if you've seen it, please help me read it out. James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4. My fellow believers. One says brethren, my brethren. I told you every time in the New Testament, when you see brethren, that means that particular message is directed to believers. He said, my fellow believers, when it seems as though you are facing nothing but difficulties, see it as what? As an invaluable opportunity to experience the greatest joy that you can. Let's read it again. James 1:2. James 1:2. My fellow believers, when it seems as though you are facing nothing but difficulties, see it has an what? An invaluable opportunity to experience the greatest joy you can. That means your most difficult season, your most challenging moment. Don't see the difficulty. See the opportunities that God is presenting for you to experience the greatest of all joy. Look at the next verse, verse 3 to 4. For you know that when your faith is tested, it stirs up what? Power within you to endure all things. He said that challenge came to stir something up inside you. There is something you carry you are not aware of. You will never know how much you can jump until you try. You will never know how much you can endure until you try. You will never know how much you can fly until you try. He said that thing that is coming to you is here to what? To stir the power. Look at it again. To stir up power within you to endure all things. Before I read the last verse, verse 3, I've shared a story with you before. How there were 10 sick people in a ward, in an hospital in America. This is a true story. These 10 people were sick and paralyzed. It was the paralysm ward. And there is this man there in their midst among the other the remaining 9. He too was paralyzed. And each one of them has helpers because they can't carry anything, they can't do anything by themselves. So we have 20 people in that ward. 10 can jump, 10 are not paralyzed, they are there to help. But 10 have been confirmed medically and physically and any other, they have confirmed paralyzed. Then one sunny afternoon, in the middle of very hot sun, a cobra snake. They didn't know how the cobra snake found its way from the grass and the flowers and found his way to the window of this ward. You know how cobra can? You know cobra will first of all do like this. You know cobra now? That snake that used to do like this. As soon as the cobra showed up at the window and was trying to make his way into the wall because it was an open window, the cobra made its way successfully into the ward. And within 10 seconds that he got inside the ward, he was the only one at the ward. So nurses were surprised that where did all the other 10 paralyzed patients got the energy? Because their helpers ran without helping them. Then how did they get out? Where did they get the strength? Carry your leg, I cannot carry it. Carry your hands, I cannot carry it. But when cobra showed up, hand carried itself, leg carried itself anyhow. And I've told you, if a hungry lion entered this place now, it won't happen in Jesus' name. Our women and the pregnant women will have been at the other side before some of us that are men. You will ask them, how did you make it? Something came and stirred up the power. Many of you never thought you could build your own house, but something came and stirred up the power. Many of you thought you can never own your own car, but something came and stirred up the power. Many of you never thought you could make it to where you are, but something came and stirred up the power. I prophesy, everything you have been through will stir up the power within you. You are not saying amen at all. Everything you've been through will stir up the power that is within you. Hunger can stir up power. Hunger. That's why there are times when you are training your children, don't over-pamper them. You see, when they get to a certain stage, let them go through the things they need to go through. Because challenges are not evil on their own. They are sent to stir up something. Some of us that are talking, and you can confirm, our head would not have been this correct if not that some things came and stirred it up. I'm serious, some of us, including me. One man was so poor that he was hungry every day of his life. Then he decided to write a book on hunger. The title of the book is Hunger. That was Hunger. Hunger. And the book, he took the book to publishers abroad, and the publisher said, no book has ever been written about hunger. He said, yes, because nobody has been as hungry as I am. I have inspiration to write about hunger. He described hunger chapter 1, chapter 2. I don't know how many chapters. I've not seen the book, but I read about the book. And you know, within 1 year, the book was published. He won a Nobel Prize. He became a Nobel Prize winner because he described hunger came and stirred up a book. And in the midst of hunger, he wrote a book. The best of songs in our hymns book are written by people that were in pain. The best of books, the best of songs were written by people that were in prison. How many of us have read the book of Watchman Nee? Go and look for his book. I've read a lot of his books. His book is not like every other Christian book. It's different. You can almost think that his book is part of the Bible. He wrote the book in the prison. Most of his, 90% of his books. They said some, when he runs out of ink, he will cut himself and use his blood to continue. Are you faced with challenge this morning? The challenge is sent to stir you up. You need some steering. Because what you carry in the inside of you is so much that God can't afford to waste everything that is inside you. And listen to me, he said, make sure that you don't see it as difficulty. See it as opportunity to express the greatest of joy. Can we read it from the beginning again? James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4. That's the Passion Translation. Please just follow. I'm not going to take much of your time. My fellow believers, can we read it together? When it seems as though you are facing nothing but difficulties, see it as an invaluable opportunity to experience the greatest joy that you can. See it. Please see it that way. Don't see it the other way. We'll talk about perspective in the first service. See it as an opportunity. Take it up as a challenge. That Satan, you think I can't make it, before you I will make it. Are you following me? Hello? So how do I take it like that? Look at verse 3. For you know that when your faith is tested, it stirs up power within you to endure all things. Then verse 3, the way we are going. Verse 3. Verse 3. For you know that when your faith, verse 4 now, verse 4. And then, as your endurance grows even stronger, it will release perfection into every part of your being until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. When these challenges are coming towards you, if you will listen to God and follow this instruction, he said what this challenge has come to do is to bring you to a level in your life where there will be nothing missing and nothing lacking. Everybody say nothing missing. Say nothing lacking. I prophesy. Some of us that are seated here that believe in this message, and those who are watching online, you are stepping into a season where there will be nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. It's a position of perfection. It's a state of perfection where God will perfect everything that concerns you. And you will have joy round about. You will dance in the morning. You will dance in the afternoon. You will dance in the evening. You wake up at the middle of the night, you will still dance. I'm talking about a level where your joy will begin to overflow. Nothing missing dimension. Nothing broken. Nothing lacking. But how do you get there? He said you will endure. Challenges will come. It will stir up the power that is within you. Trouble will come, you won't say, Okpari. Trouble will come, you won't say, I give up. Trouble will come, you won't say, I don't even know that they have been lying to me. Trouble will come and you see it as an invaluable opportunity. Everybody say invaluable opportunity. I want to ask a question. To climb a hill and to go to the valley, which one is the easiest? Let me say it again. To go to the hill, the top of the mountain, and to go to the bottom, the valley, which one is easier? To go to the valley. Okay, thank you. How many people want to be in the valley, at the valley? I want to be at the valley of life. The bottom part of life. Do you have anybody here? Nobody is that spiritual, that's very, very spiritual. You don't want, I don't. Okay, how many people want to be on the mountaintop? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy to climb the mountaintop. It's not easy to climb the mountaintop. If I'm descending from the valley, I will be using close to nothing strength. You know how you've done it before in the village or somewhere. You'll be dropping your leg. It's like even the valley is the one carrying your leg. You'll be using close to nothing strength. The gravity is at work. It's the easiest thing to do, to climb the top of the mountain. We all want to be at the top of the mountain, but we want it to be easy. But it's not easy. That's the truth. It's not. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemy. We want the table. We want God to cancel the enemy. Nobody wants the enemy. But God doesn't just put table anywhere. When God prepares table, he puts it close to some enemies. Great and effectual doors are open to me. There are many, many adversaries. We want open doors. We don't want adversaries. So many believers are trained only to enjoy the good moments, the jolly, jolly moments. Some believers are not trained in the word to endure hardship, to endure anything. It's only to enjoy we are trained to do. So that's why you see people busy trying to escape every challenge that they say. Some challenges are there to stir up something inside you. There was something inside me. This same place we read in James chapter 1 verse 2, from the New King James, he said, count it all joy. Count it what? James 1:2. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation. When you are in a season that is not good enough, he said, count it all joy. Brethren, count it all joy when you fall into what? Various trials. Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of things that you don't like and the things you like. But when the season of the things you don't like comes, he said, count it what? Everybody say, count it all joy. That means when you break down, count it all joy. When you fail an exam, count it all joy. When things don't work the way you expect it to work, count it all joy. Because that is the way to reverse the situation to favor you. We know the condition now is not in your favor, but it can be reversed. Count it all joy. Throw your biggest party. Amen. The drama we watch is teaching us a lesson that even in loss, celebrate God. Count your blessings. Don't say your blessings don't count. Find something in your life to appreciate God for. Stop going everywhere complaining and complaining. Things won't change that way in your advantage. You want things to change, work in your advantage? Count it all joy. Everybody say, I'll count it all joy. Our generations are only prepared to face life. We're not. How many of us are here? Because you see, the way my parents raised myself and my elder brother, we are the first two. It's not easy at all. In fact, when we share our story, we're 6 in the family. When we share our story between our younger ones, they always believe that. They always feel like, when did all that happen? When we tell them that we have hawk before. Yes. Hawk. In the morning, during holiday. In the morning, we will hawk plates. I will hawk. You know, Tongana. You know what? Many people don't know the kind of things I'm talking about. In those days, the plates are very heavy. That's what my mother said. She'll put it on 2 of us. That's why today, 2 of us, it's only grace that makes gray grow here. In the morning, we carry Tongana. Allah would do. We used to be shy when we say our classmates. You know, we used to be shy as boys. In the evening, it is Coca-Cola. Which one is light among these things we are selling? The crate of Coca-Cola then and the bottle of Coca-Cola is enough to bend your neck. We'll be praying that we should quickly sell, and it's a crate. And you have to finish selling it. So one day we were talking in my family, my siblings were there. All of us are doing well, everybody is now. Then we now began to talk about what we went through. Then I won't forget, somebody said, maybe that's why you guys are wiser. Maybe that's why you guys are smarter. I'm sorry for others. I'm sorry if you're watching. Maybe that's why you guys are strong. Maybe that's why you guys can endure. Maybe that's why you guys are where you are now. Because our training was hard. Oh, it was hard. There was no money. They came when money had already come. They came when my father would never want his child to work. But that time, we have to work for us to eat. All that you're going through that you think is too hard is because God wants to make you strong. Because he knows the destiny and the plan and purpose he has for you. That's why your story does not look like every other person's story. Oh, I know there are people here who have never suffered before. I know there are people here who have always been born into wealth, enjoy life. Congratulations, that's a good life. But there are some of us who went through a few things. Have you ever been served food that is supposed to be thrown away, but they have to go and warm it properly and overwarm it until a goosey soup start drawing? It's a goosey soup, but it's becoming a bono. You see, I know you guys are Twitch people. Congratulations. Congratulations. You see, sometimes because of the destiny and the future that God has for you, it's not meant for every kind of human being. But you see, the only way you can allow God to have his way in your life is to count it all joy. We were talking in the office last week, and we're talking about some hard days when things were really tough. And one of my staff said, but what we noticed is that you were so excited. You were so happy. You were so grateful. Please never lose your gratitude, no matter what you're going through. Why were we grateful? We're grateful because we could see today coming and tomorrow coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to open your eyes of faith and see beyond now. And see beyond the hardship. And see beyond carrying of crates and hawking everywhere. And see God molding an entrepreneur inside you. Molding a manager. Somebody who is going to be a good manager of resources.